Failure is inevitable. At one point or another in all of our lives, no matter what we do or how hard we try, we all have and all will fail again and again. It's frustrating, no doubt, but that's just part of it. The truth is, especially now more than ever, you can pour all your time, all your effort, and all your passion into something, and there is never any guaranteed return on investment. And then you can turn around and barely try, do something half-heartedly, and get so much more praise, more reward than you ever would doing something you actually care about. That's the cruel irony of life. Nothing is for certain, and we often get the best results from doing what suits us the least, as backward as that can seem sometimes. I've never been particularly good with handling failure, something a lot of people close to me are very familiar with. Realistically, it's still one of my biggest annoyances, dare I say fears. Nearly everything I've taken on in life, I've done so with the full intention of doing the best I can, placing as high as I can, or getting the affirmation from my parents, peers, and elders that I thought I so desperately needed to survive. The need to reach those expectations, those goals set by me, or more importantly, others for me, consumes a lot of my life. Part of it is in fear of disappointing others, sure, but the other half is purely for myself, to reassure myself that I can do what I need to do, that I am successful, that I have worth. Of course, most people can recognize that this isn't the most optimal mindset to live in, and I even knew it after a while, but that didn't change anything for me. I was hardwired that way, to always do whatever it took to maintain that image and avoid failure at all costs. Hell, I mostly still am that way, from the largest to even the smallest things. I mean, for example, look at my latest video on VR and meta. That took work spanning over a whole month to create, and it flopped compared to my other videos. All that work, all that careful editing and thought into every clip layered out over every piece of dialogue and all the effects and blah blah blah, just to end up with a couple hundred views, of which I am very appreciative, no doubt. All that work, dare I say more work than my most successful video ever, just for little return on investment. It took the wind out of my sails. But here I am, only a few days later, producing this script. Am I still disappointed in that video's performance? Yeah, sure, why wouldn't I be? But at the end of the day, I still enjoy making the videos. Starting from my thoughts and making them into something so solid, something that can be easily shared with others, a piece of me and my mind's workings, that's rewarding in itself. That final product, and knowing it'll always be out there. That this snapshot of my mind is forever present in the great landscape of the internet. Sharing my passions, expressing my viewpoints, that's rewarding. That's enough. So while I failed on paper, in the metrics and numbers, I succeeded in achieving my goal, making that video, creating this capsule of my thoughts, and not to mention gaining all that experience along the way. You can try and fail over and over again, but you will never walk away with nothing. There's always the experience you gain along the way, taking risks, growing in your skills, capabilities, and as a person. As long as you're willing to take a chance, to get out there and try, and do whatever you love to do without fear of the outcome, you're going to come out better, whether that's on paper or as a person. So please, please, please don't be afraid to fail, to go out and do whatever you want to do. You're going to hit roadblocks, come across issues some random Redditor doesn't have the answer to, and that's fine. That's what makes you grow, adapt, and come out better. Nothing in life is easy or given, but taking that initiative to actually try to go out and see something is a great first accomplishment on the path to many more. Run for that office, talk to those people in your classes, make yourself known by taking those risks. We only live one life full of numerous chances, so don't live it on the sidelines in fear of failure. You've got this. Thank you all for watching. Once again, really just having this channel to talk through has allowed me to grow so much, and I couldn't be more appreciative. You guys are the best, and I'll catch you in the next one.